confidence. We are reliable and professional, paying all our claims on time and putting a smile on your face.
GNIC. Visit us today for all forms of insurance coverage.
Welcome back. The Arab League has told Syria to stop the crackdown or face painful consequences. It says Damascus has 3 days to let observers in and prove that it has ended violence against protesters. If not, the group warns Syria will see sanctions on top of suspension from the League. The Syrian government did not send a representative to Wednesday's meeting, and the League has also called on members to withdraw their ambassadors to Syria. Morocco has just done that after a Syrian mob attacked its ambassador. CNN's Ben Widerman explains the Arab League's action on Damascus.
Beginning of this month, Christy, is a daily increasing death toll at levels that have not been seen since the beginning of the uprising in Syria against the regime of Bashar al-Assad. So what we heard from the foreign ministers of the Arab League meeting in Morocco yesterday is that time is running out for Syria. The trappings haven't changed, still flags and protocol, but a group derided since its founding in 1945 as ineffectual appears to be growing teeth in its old age. Arab League foreign ministers gathered Wednesday in Rabat, Morocco, to finalize Syria's suspension from the body, having failed to get Damascus to implement an Arab action plan to stop the violence. But they spared the rod, giving Syria an additional 3 days to carry out the plan, which requires it to release prisoners, pull security forces off the streets, and open a dialogue with the opposition. Syria, which angrily denounced the suspension as shameful and malicious, didn't attend. Arab ministers addressed an empty seat. But if Damascus doesn't agree to cooperate with the League, the Qatari foreign minister warned, sanctions will be adopted. The Arab states, he declared, had reached the end of the line. 29 years ago, Bashar al-Assad's father, Hafiz al-Assad, oversaw the suppression of an uprising in the central city of Hama, leaving more than 10,000 dead. At the time, the Arab League was silent, but with revolts and revolutions shaking the region, this time the Arab League has suddenly found its voice. Next week, the League plans to host a large meeting of the divided Syrian opposition in Cairo, reportedly on the agenda, Syria after Bashar al-Assad. Days after protesters attacked Turkish diplomatic missions, the once friendly leadership in Ankara has demanded an apology, threatening to cut off vital power supplies, ratcheting up pressure on an already faltering economy. Russia, an old Syrian friend, has held talks with opposition leaders in Moscow. A year ago, French officials welcomed Bashar al-Assad to Paris. Wednesday, France announced it will recall its ambassador to Damascus and shutter its consulates in Aleppo and Latakia. Syria now has 3 more days to stop itself from plunging headlong into a cold and uncertain winter of isolation. Now, officials...
The past few months have been a financially turbulent period for highly indebted Greece and for German businesses there. Confidence is not that high when it comes to doing business. Bills are not paid on time, credit lines are drying up, and so is patience among some German corporations. The lack of trust, as we hear in this report, comes at a time when Greece can least afford it.
To an alarm in seconds at this security company in Hamburg. The firm has clients not only in Germany, but also in Greece. And what's alarming the boss right now is that some of his Greek clients, especially government institutions, are not paying their bills on time.
In the past, they paid sometimes 2 or 3 months too late, and today it's half a year.
Power Security also provides guards for many firms in Hamburg's massive port, the gateway to the world for the German exporting juggernaut. German companies have created millions of jobs all over the globe, but business with Greece has been sluggish, to say the least. German Export and Industrial Associations say they want to do more business with Greece and help the country back on its feet. But they say first, the Greeks must change their business culture and become more reliable partners for investors. With the Greek debt crisis and the social turmoil that came with the austerity programs initiated by the government in Athens, German firms doing business in Greece say credit lines are drying up. And some feel the situation is so risky that they will only deal with the country if they see cash up front.
We have German firms whose trading partners are the Greek state's hospitals, for instance. And they are getting paid right now not by money, and they are getting paid by governmental bonds. And then the German trading partners have to resell these bonds over the market.
And selling Greek debt bonds is no easy task these days, but experts agree Greece needs massive foreign investment from countries like Germany to overcome the crisis. Lawyer Stavros Konas has been advising German firms doing business in Greece for decades. He says while the risks might be higher, the rewards could be as well. But he acknowledges first, Greece needs reforms.
What Greece has to do is to help these companies, meaning very short decision, to get the permissions, and the cooperation must be better, stronger, and faster.
Power Security alone employs about 300 people in Greece, according to the company, and it has no intention of giving that business up. After all, the CEO says, they still have many Greek clients who do pay on time, and with the current uncertainty and concerns about more protests, one industry that should continue to do well is security. Fred Plekin, CNN, Hamburg, Germany.
It's now time for a look at the weather report by the Central Forecast Office.
The Gambia is endowed with a wonderful landscape full of baobab trees. Like its Cape Point in Bakau, it is one of the most exotic sceneries in the world. The baobab tree is a symbol of resilience, wisdom, and resourcefulness. For the baobab tree provides good food in times of hunger, rents its bark for medications, and its sap for glue. In the Gambia, there is a company like the baobab tree, 100% African and purely Gambian in all aspects, in know-how, design, value, capital, and management. That company is Elton. Elton, employing hundreds of Gambians and proudly associating itself with development in the Gambia. Elton, side by side with the Gambia.
Good evening, dear viewers. Welcome to the weather segment. First, we begin with the summary, followed by the forecast. The day today was mainly warm and sunny over the entire country, and to know what prevailed over the rest of the continent, we take a look at the image captured at 1600 hours, indicating the presence of spots of convective clouds over Gulf of Guinea states, dense over the central, east, and part of South Africa. Elsewhere remain dry and stable during the period. For the forecast tonight, we'll be expecting misty and dry conditions to prevail over the entire country, becoming relatively cool and dry towards dawn. The day tomorrow will be expecting warm and sunny conditions to prevail over the entire country. Winds will be mainly southwesterlies in orientation, but generally light to moderate in speed. For the minimum temperatures, we'll be expecting 20 degrees Celsius over Karawan, 21 over Sibanor, 22 degrees Celsius over Banjul, Yundum, Jinoy, Sapo, and Jenyambure as well, while Skawul will record 19 degrees Celsius. Basefatoto will record 23 degrees Celsius tomorrow morning. For the maximum temperatures, we'll be expecting 31 degrees Celsius over Yundum, 32 over Banjul, 33 over Karawan, Sibanor, and Jinoy, while Skawul will record 34 degrees Celsius. Sapo and Jenyambure, 36, whilst Base and Fatoto, 37 degrees Celsius. For those going to the sea, we'll be expecting a low tide of 0.53 meters at 8:58 a.m. and also 0.60 meters at 9:02 p.m. For the high tides, we'll be expecting 1.4 meters at 2:21 a.m. and also 1.29 meters at 3:05 p.m. For the wave heights, we'll be expecting 1 to 2 meters.